Hello and welcome to another episode of Candid Talks with Bharat V. This is Bharat Vatsa, your host of the show. And in today's episode, we will be talking to the man who reads impossible as I am possible. He says, you don't stop biking as you age when you stop biking. That's Lieutenant Colonel Sohan Roy, Limca Book of Records holder 2011 to be the oldest man to ride solo on Bajaj Pulsar 220cc to the world's highest motorable road, Khardungla, Ladakh, and India Book of Records holder for his solo east-west ride in 2016. Please do listen to the episode till the end. Before we begin, please do not forget to subscribe to this podcast channel, and you can connect with me on my Facebook page at Candid Talks with Bharat V. So let's welcome Lieutenant Colonel Sohan Roy.
Hello everyone, this is Lieutenant Colonel Sohan Roy, a veteran from 15th Battalion of the Kumaon Regiment. Limca Book of Records 2011 for my ride in 2009 on a Bajaj Pulsar 220 to the world's highest motorable road, Khardungla, Ladakh. And also India Book of Records holder 2016 for my solo east-west ride from Kibitu in Arunachal Pradesh to कोटेश्वर इन कच्छ गुजरात. और आप मुझे सुन रहे हैं on Candid Talks with Bharat V.
Hello and welcome to Candid Talks with Bharat V. Today on the show we have Lieutenant Colonel Sohan Roy with us. We welcome you on this show today, Sohan Roy sir, and it's really a pleasure that you could take out time and join us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me the honors.
So it's our pleasure, sir. And in fact, I was thinking for quite some time that when will I get a chance to call you over the show and then have a discussion with you. Finally, we are here. So. Yeah. So, Sohan sir, welcome once again. So before we begin, just wanted to highlight this for our listeners today that, Lieutenant Colonel Sohan Roy sir is a Limca Book of Records holder, and his name was registered in the Limca Book of Records for being the oldest man to ride solo on Bajaj Pulsar 220cc to the world's highest motorable road, Khardungla, which is in Ladakh. So, चलिए बातों का सिलसिला आगे बढ़ाते हैं. So, sir, after your college was over, you joined the army and you were commissioned into the 15th Battalion of Kumaon Regiment. So, that's what made you decide to join Indian Army and serve the nation?
Well, the will to join the army was there right on from childhood. My dad was also in the defense services.
Oh, okay.
He was a chief security officer, civilian officer. Okay. And from childhood, we kept getting posted to one station to the other and all in army stations. Mm-hmm. So, Will was there to join, but then I wanted to join the army, not in the administrative, but in the fighting arms.
Okay. So,
everything is important in the army, whether it's the fighting arm, administrative arm, or anybody.
Absolutely.
Like I always say, your hands are strong, your knock will hit hard only with your fist, not with one finger or your thumb.
Correct.
So every department in the army is important. But being an outdoor guy, fond of sports, like football, marathon, boxing and all that, I wanted to. And when I joined the training, in my childhood days when I was in, I think, class 10, we were in, Daddy was posted in COD Chowki, Allahabad. Oh, the commandant was Colonel K.C. Joshi, Kailash Joshi. Oh, his son was also almost my age, but he used to be studying in Ajmer, Mayo College, Ajmer.
Okay.
He would come only during the holidays. So once while talking to uncle and all, I told him I want to join the army. So he says, if you join the army, then join the Kumaon Regiment.
Acha.
So,
Okay.
he said, "How from, uncle?" Said, "I am from Kumaon." So some officers were shifted from fighting corps and others into the ordnance branch. When
Okay.
General Thema is the Master General of Ordnance, MGO, in Army headquarters. So he got some choice officers, so he happened to come.
Okay.
So from that time on, my mind was this Kumaon regiment. And other than that, 62 war, Major Shaitan Singh's battle was famous all over that time.
Right.
They fought 114 JSOs, Jawans, along with Major Shaitan Singh. Last man and last round. And you got a Paramveer Chakra, and that battle is one of the fiercest battle in military history in the world. Not only.
Oh, it's in the world. Okay.
Hordes of Chinese. They killed more than 1,000 Chinese. They took away. BBC had reported. So that thing, linked to Kumaon, what this Colonel Joshi had told me. So it got more embedded into me. Yes, I must go to Kumaon regiment.
Achha.
And during or after, or just before completion of our training, our choices are taken, which is at the academy, and that is sent to Army headquarters.
Okay.
So when the DS asked me, "What's your choice?" I said, "It's infantry." He said, "Which regiment?" I said, "Kumaon." So we put it at that.
So ऐसे choice कर सकते हैं क्या when you complete the training?
We give a choice. Then it is, of course, the academy also has a say in approving it or not. You give first choice, third choice, like that. Then finally it goes to Army headquarters, where they take the final call after seeing your report, entire report, whether you'll be fit for infantry or the armored or artillery, like that. Infantry, is the foot soldiers.
Right.
Whether Gurkhas, Gadwalis, Rajputs, we are the foot soldiers, we are the frontline soldiers.
Right. Okay. So, as you said, sir, you come from a family background of, decorated, army soldiers. Your father was, I think, as you said, he also comes from defense background. तो कहीं ना कहीं आपके mind में वो तो था ही खैर जो आप बोल रहे हो कि, you always want to get into army. But ऐसा कुछ आपके पेरेंट्स की तरफ से भी कुछ प्रेशराइज हुए थे आप कि नहीं वी वांट यू टू जॉइन द आर्मी और इट वाज योर ओन विल?
No, it was my own choice, and of course parents were happy about it.
Okay.
There was no thing. Though my elder brother, he had also joined the army, he was in the artillery, he wanted me to go for the IPS or IAS.
Okay.
But for me, the choice was clear.
Understand. So, sir, we know that you had, several injuries in your army career, and you got, it was a major injury which you got in your knees. So, how did you get these injuries? If you can tell something about that, were you ever, any battlefield during one of the wars or something like that, or during any of the specific training, you got injured?
Yeah, I'll take you back. When I was in school, I was a marathon runner also.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
I had a bad habit. That is probably why I'm able to bike long distances.
Okay.
Mental stamina is there to carry on.
Right. Yeah.
So, what happened was, I was going for a run. I had a bad habit. I used to run on the road, on the tarmac.
Oh.
It's in the black pitch road. Now, I was told by many not to run on the roads, you will spoil your feet. So, but somehow, as a young child, bother about it. And those days, you didn't have these Adidas and Nikes and all that. These are the thin Bata PT shoes.
Yeah.
The thin layer is hardly of a layer compared to what is available today.
Right.
So that started off with the damage. And after that, in football, I got hurt a number of times. And in the training also, I got hurt. But luckily, it was not. Then major injury came when I was doing winter warfare in Kashmir.
Okay.
So while patrolling, the Indian skis had come for trial. Okay. So they asked for volunteers, and I volunteered for it. And the other thing they told us is you will not go downhill.
Okay.
You go sideways, you keep turning and keep going down the slope. Because the skis were for trial. With the Attenhofer skis which we had, they were made in Austria.
Okay.
They were we used to go downhill pretty fast, But what happened, lunchtime, I had my skis, I held it near the Bukhari and put a whole lot of wax, heated wax.
Okay.
Beneath. So even on Attenhofer, we do it. So that made it very slippery and all. I went out and tried on the snow. It was as good as Attenhofer. I was very happy. Came back and put a little more.
Oh, okay.
Now, what happened after that when we went down, when we were to go down, everybody went down direct. Only we were 6 of us with these Indian skis.
Right.
So I also took it downhill straight because I was very confident I'll go down.
Okay.
Because it was moving fast. But just after about 50 meters, the ski, both the front portion went into the snow and I was hanging out in front.
Oh.
And my hands were on the snow.
Okay.
Of course, wearing gloves and all that. And that gave me a very bad pull on both my knees.
Oh.
A very bad pull. And then these instructors and all came running. They got me out. And other thing is your toe opens out, on its own.
Okay.
When you get a big jerk or something, so that your leg is free. Then you don't get the jerk. Once your leg is free, and the ski is tied up with a small lace, the spring to your ankle.
Right.
That didn't open. So,
you were stuck.
But I didn't want to get back to a hospital and all that. 3 days, 4 days, I just somehow managed, convinced. And then I started again. Then I was given the Attenhofer skis.
Okay.
So, because this required a lot of effort, because they were heavy also.
Right.
And things. So that was one. And during injuries, we were in the infantry. Now, commando course, it is mandatory, compulsory for us.
Right.
Every infantry officer has to qualify the commando course. If he doesn't, then he is sent into some other arm.
Understand.
So there also some injuries, it happens.
Okay.
So, but I carried on with it, nothing. But in 85 or so, I got my first attack of osteoarthritis.
Okay.
That was about, I think, 75-kilometer route march. It was a speed march. And we halted. We were in Hyderabad. We halted short of our unit, about 10 kilometers. And then I thought because we were all making it, the whole battalion was there. We were making it in very good time.
Okay.
So just to recoup. But there, after that break, I couldn't get up.
Oh.
My knees and all had become stiff. So with great difficulty, then they said, go in the gadi. But then, when somebody drops out, it's the points of the also cut on that. Right. So I carried on, and after about half an hour of walking, talking, it opened up again.
Okay.
But then this thing kept recurring. So I didn't bother about taking a medical category. Unit was moving to Kashmir field. And we in the infantry and all, we love to be with our unit. We don't want to be attached here and there somewhere. So I went with my unit, and my wife was posted in military hospital, Hyderabad. Surgeons were known and other things. So I told them, they said category. I said, what is the treatment? He says, category and painkillers. I said, then I'll take painkillers.
Okay.
I won't take a category because I want to go with my battalion. And I could take a little bit of liberty because my wife was having death and there was nothing life-threatening.
Okay.
So I did my field tenure and all. And thereafter again came back to a field station. The next field tenure in Mizoram, I had a very severe attack and I was lifted out of the jungles.
That was in, I think, 1999, I believe.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
So, no, not 99. 99 was that time I got operated in R&R, Research and Delhi.
Okay.
So this was early 90s.
Oh, okay.
And I was lifted out from there. I was taken to military hospital Silchar. Then about 7 days I was there. Nothing happened. I was transferred to base hospital Guwahati.
Oh.
Even there, nothing happened for about 10 days. Then I was transferred to command hospital Calcutta.
Okay.
And there, after about a month, I was all right. Then I became a low category. There was no choice. There was no way I could avoid it.
Understand. Okay. Yeah, your injuries, they kept on worsening, as you said, and you, I think, also had to walk with stick at times. And
Yeah.
in spite of all these, several injuries that you had, I mean, with your never give up attitude, you continued your, army physical activities and even bike riding. So, which exact year you started your bike riding, if I may ask?
The first time I got onto a bike, I mean, I kick-started it and took it out for, I think, about a 200 meter,
Okay.
kilometer, 200 meter. My dad's Enfield, he had gone, we were in this place, Choki. It's on the outskirts of Allahabad. He had gone to town for some official work.
Okay.
It was summer holidays, somehow pestering mummy. I convinced her कि थोड़ा सा चला के आता हूँ, how
Okay.
it is.
Yeah.
Finally, she agreed.
Okay.
And I took it out of the gate, and I suddenly saw it was in the afternoon. And May, June in Allahabad is pretty hot.
Yeah.
So, and I waited for that lunch period. Now, when people are going home for lunch, people must have entered at home. Nobody will see me.
Right.
Because I was scared somebody will tell my father his son was riding a bike.
Correct.
So, as I was coming out of the gate, I saw from the right Jawan coming on the cycle. Caught, and that fear as a child came. Oh my God, he's saying, which way do I go?
And now he'll tell my
to go
father.
left or to go straight. I went into a little khud and I had a fall. That was within, I think, 50 meters. So this Jawan got down from the cycle and came.
Okay.
He helped me and all that. He said, "Baba, क्या कर रहे हो?" I said, "Don't tell daddy, please. किसी को बोलना नहीं करके." कहता है चोट लग जाती है. मैंने कहा नहीं आपको देख के मैं डर गया. तो मैं तो टर्न करके. Anyway, I started the bike again. I took it for a small round, brought it back. Luckily, nothing happened to the bike. No scratch.
Okay.
So that was my first. After that, I used to, of course, senior officers vehicle in the unit.
Mm-hmm.
We did ride off and on.
Okay.
But then I got my SD.
Mm-hmm.
First time that was, I think, in 78. With that, I toured quite a bit. And but in the army, we didn't get much time to do it. And sometimes permissions are not given. You're going to go alone all that way, for your own safety.
Right.
And the other is availability to the unit. Because those days, roads were small, not very wide.
Right.
Even a flat tire, there was a problem to get it done.
Right.
So, but then I did quite a bit on that. And in Hyderabad, once this attack I got during the route march. After that, I just couldn't kickstart my ESD also.
Okay.
To come down to a Bajaj Super.
Okay.
So I was riding a Bajaj Super for a couple of years. After that, in Calcutta, when I was posted, I came down to a Kinetic Honda.
Kinetic Honda.
And I was walking with a walking stick and all that. Things were deteriorating, but I was trying all kinds of treatment, alternative treatment. जहाँ किसी ने बोला, अरे उधर एक है मालिश कर देता है, ठीक कर देता है, भागो उसके.
Okay.
So I've gone to late Dr. Dolma in Himachal, McLeodganj, Tibetan medicine.
Okay.
I've done Khasi oil massage, homeopathy. I was a sports medicine specialist, and all these things. Then finally, the Khasi oil massage helped me a lot.
Okay.
That was in Shillong.
Yeah, Shillong.
Also, there are very few, like in Kerala, their oil massage and all are very good, but very few are there who, know how to actually do it and make you recover.
So in spite of all this, I mean, hats off to your, attitude, sir. I mean, you still continue to ride, although you came down from ESD to...
the bike.
Yeah, you came down to scooter.
My aim was to get onto the bike.
Okay.
Nothing. And I was posted here in Pune.
Okay.
In late 90s. And I was here, in fact, my senior officers and all, very kind of them. They saw that I was looked after. They posted me on a trial appointment in NCC Air Squadron.
Okay.
Pune, where only Air Force officers are there, but shortage of officers in the entire defense forces.
Right.
So they didn't have officer for administrative work.
Okay.
They put it on a trial. army officer sent for a trial, and it is near Symbiosis, very
Right.
close to that
Yeah.
ground. And Military Hospital Khurki, which is Army's known orthopedic and spinal cord injury center, one
Right.
of the best in Asia. Also.
Yeah.
That is very close. So they said you will get time for treatment.
Okay.
I used to connect, those old people who are there, the civilian staff and all, they still remember me coming on a kinetic Honda and walking with a walking stick. So when I went there a couple of years back, they got shocked that I was all in feet.
Wow. So I believe, that is the time when probably you decided to carry out the arthroscopy in place of a knee joint replacement, right?
I was in Lucknow, I think this was in 99 or 2000.
Yeah.
I superannuated, retired in 2001, December.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 99. I was sent to R&R hospital from base hospital Lucknow.
Okay.
So they said you have to replace your joint,
Knee.
left knee joint. Right was giving trouble, but it was all right,
Mm-hmm.
managed. So I showed there to the surgeon, a very famous surgeon, Brigadier B.K. Singh, Sena Medal
Okay.
and Gallantry Award winner.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave me a date. I think it was a few days after Diwali. I
Okay.
remember after returning back to R&R on Diwali night in the train. I
Okay.
spent my Diwali in the train, and the whole compartment, AC two-tire compartment was empty. We were only three of us.
Oh, okay.
To Delhi, from Lucknow to Delhi. Because obviously everybody is home for Diwali.
Right.
So the surgeon called me, like tomorrow morning was my replacement of the knee joint.
Acha.
In the evening around 4 o'clock, he called for me in his chamber and he showed me the joint and he, pepped me up, morale boosting. Don't be worried. There are so many cases I've done. They're there in front of you in the ward. You'll also be all right. And he showed the joint this. And I
Okay.
said, okay, when it is inevitable, you might as well lump
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So then he happened to ask me, how do you go to office?
Okay.
So I said, sir, motorcycle pe jata hu. So he said, how do you manage? So I said, I sit on from the right. We keep the bike on the side stand. I mount it from the right. Then I straighten the bike and with my right leg, I kick start. And he was writing somebody's case sheet. He just dropped his pen on the table and he said, what? You're riding a bike with his name? I said, sir, it's a Hero Honda Splendor,
Okay.
not bullet or anything. He said, you pretty can't walk 2 steps without the stake.
Yeah.
And you're riding a bike, you come from Lucknow, haven't you? I said, yes, sir. How do you manage?
Mm-hmm.
I just told him, I said, sir, khali rasta leta hu. He says, main Lucknow ka hu. I am from Lucknow, from a medical college. You tell me which khali rasta you take. I just stared at him. So he admired my guts. Then he pulled out my x-rays again and the CT scan and went through it.
Okay.
Then he said, if this is your willpower, I am not going to replace your joint because medical teaching says after 60.
Uh-huh.
Only 53, 52 I was at the time. So he says, and the life of the joint is about 10 to 12 years.
Okay.
And it's replaceable only once. That was, I don't know what is the parameters now.
Okay.
So many new things coming in. So he said, and then if this is the guts, I'll carry out arthroscopy and I'll carry out some trial. And that should see you through.
Okay.
So that is how instead of the replacement, the arthroscopy was done. And whatever it did. And I still remember before leaving, the day I was going, I went to say thank you to him and he told me, he says, Roy, consider I've given you 3 lakhs of rupees.
Okay.
You want to spend it in a week, you want to spend it in a month or 2 years, 3 years, up to you. We'll take care of it. Don't go, right, sir. And still carrying on with that. Though replacements, the people have been saying, but I'm riding safe for myself, for people on the roads.
Right.
I'm riding. The day I have an inkling that I am even 0.1% a danger to people on the roads, then I'll stop biking and come down to good old Activa or some other scooter.
Right. And I think that was the moment, that moment was a turning point for you in your life. And with your determination in 2008, you made it to Limca Book of Records. for doing this ride to the highest motorable road at that age?
That was a gift to me from riders, Royal Enfield riders from Bangalore.
Okay.
They did all the spade work and quietly sent it to Limca Book of Records.
Oh.
And 2010 and somewhere I get a letter at home. That time we were in Jorhat. My wife was posted there.
Okay. So your wife is also in army?
She was in the army. She also retired as a lieutenant colonel.
Okay. Wow.
So I was wondering, Limca Book of Records for what? When I opened it, there was a questionnaire and things and all that to fill up and send.
Okay.
Because so I was wondering and then I filled it up, and that is how the ride of 2009 got published in 2011.
Okay.
Because they had to do their verification of the steps they go.
Right. And I think after this only you graduated to Royal Enfield Classic 500.
Yeah.
And you named your bike as Wizard.
That is another story. Pulsar 220 came back. Then I did quite a bit of Assam also on that. And at the time, there was, instead of Facebook, there was a page going on called Orkut. So one of these riders from Jorhat, one day I get a call in my mobile to say, Sohan Roy sir बोल रहे हैं? मैंने कहा हाँ, कहाँ? मैंने कहा घर में हूँ. कहते मैं आ सकता हूँ आपको मिलने. तो मैंने कहा तो कहते घर किधर है आपका? तो आई टोल्ड हिम आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल के पास है उधर. हाँ मैं समझ गया उधर. डबल स्टोरी क्वार्टर्स है. मैंने कहा हाँ. मैंने कहा कब आओगे? कहते थोड़ी देर में आता हूँ. So anyway, after about half an hour or so, I heard a Royal Enfield stopping outside. It was a double flats, 4 flats in a building.
Okay.
So I peeped out through the curtain from my bedroom. I saw a young boy getting down from the thing. So I went out to welcome him. My Pulsar was standing in the open air. There was no shutter in the garage.
Acha.
He was standing there, and this man, he walks towards me, Namaste, sir. With one finger, he points at me, Aap loha ho. And with the other finger, left hand, he points at my Pulsar and says, Aap plastic kyun chalate ho?
Achha.
I didn't register. So he said, matlab, aap loha ho, aap plastic kyun chalate ho? Sir, ऐसे करके मैंने कहा नहीं वो तो ही से चलो ऐसे कमेंट सेट कहता ना आपको मैंने चलाना है. आपने लोहे पे आना है. आप लोहा हो, आप लोहा चलाओगे. आप चलिए मेरे गाड़ी अभी बैठिए. अच्छा. ऐसे नहीं मैं नहीं चला पाऊंगा, बहुत भारी होगा. नहीं आप चला पाएंगे, मैं आपके बारे में सब पता कर चुका हूँ. वो करके तो then he forced me to his Thunderbird and it didn't have a kick self. It was not working. Okay. So he kick started it for me. Okay. I took it for a ride. I went about 500 meters. After 2 turns, when I was making a U-turn, you're not used to somebody else's bike, the engine stopped. They saw that for some time. I brought it to neutral and then there was nobody there. So I knew I couldn't kickstart it. So I was, like with both legs, I was pushing the bike with my feet on the road and moving the bike forward. So he got to know engine band ho gaya. So he came running. He kick-started. He sat behind me. Then we went for almost, I think, about a 3-kilometer ride, and then he came home. Okay. Then he said, कहता है सर आप तो अभी लोहा ही लोगे, प्लास्टिक निकालो आप. अच्छा. Then in Auto Expo, I think that was in 2009, in Pragati Maidan, Delhi. I was in the Royal Enfield pavilion. Achha. I had got a pass from Renault to go early. I used to go in the business hours and get out by 2 o'clock before public. Was in all that melee and push and all. I couldn't, with my knees, I would have fallen somewhere or something. With that, I was in the Royal Enfield thing. I saw this classic 500 and 350 standing there. So that young boy was there. I asked him, and I don't blame him. चल रहा है एजेड चैप ऐसे सवेरे सवेरे आके पूछ रहा है ये गाड़ी का क्या है, ये क्या है, वो क्या है. तो he was reluctantly answering me. I just told him, I said, बेटा मैं आपको इसी गाड़ी के बारे में पूछ रहा हूँ. वो बाजू में होंडा के स्टॉल है, उस गाड़ी के साथ कंपेयर नहीं कर रहा हूँ, उधर हार्ली डेविडसन का स्टॉल है, उसके साथ कंपेयर नहीं कर रहा हूँ, जवाब क्यों नहीं दे रहे हो? तो ऐसे तो मालूम है मैं कहाँ से आया हूँ? कहता नहीं सर। मैंने कहा एक जगह है जोरहाट, मैं वहां से आया हूँ। तो मालूम है जोरहाट किधर है? ही सेज नो। आई सेड यू नो आप गुवाहाटी किधर है? तो सरप्राइजिंग ही डिडंट नो वेयर गुवाहाटी इज। आई सेड असम। तो ही सेड जी सर। मैंने कहा असम का राजधानी है गुवाहाटी। अच्छा। और वहां से 1 घंटे का रास्ता दूर और आगे से मैं आया हूँ। तो अभी कुछ पूछ रहा हूँ तो बेटा जवाब दे दिया करो। His face became small. I talked to him in the same tone as I'm talking to you now.
Right.
Some officials are having a meeting in the cabin, and they saw me talking to him. Probably they were watching inside. They all 3-4 of them came out. The office, and they asked me. He says, "You're working for Renault?" I said, "No, Renault has been kind enough to give me a pass. So, because I have this problem." I said, "Sir, you are." I said, "I'm Sohan Roy, Karan Roy." So one of them probably had heard a little about me or something. कहता है सर आप तो पल्सर चलाते हो ना? मैंने कहा आप हमारा बाइक क्यों नहीं चलाते हो? I said उसी का पता कर रहा था, बट ये young आदमी क्या कर? Then they said, "No, sir, it is booked for you. You take it." I said, "No, waiting period is quite a lot." They said, "No waiting period for you." I said, "I'm not carrying check. Neither am I carrying the money to book it." So he said, "Sir, just leave us your address and details. We will tell you when to deposit the money, and it will be delivered at your doorstep. Jorhat, there is no agency." I said, "Sorry, I don't want somebody riding my bike for 8 hours to deliver it." Right. A mechanic or technician, as you call them, coming to Jorhat all the way with fun on the roads, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of breaking in my engine, it'll break my engine. I said, "I'll come to Guwahati and take it." Okay. So anyway, I didn't have to give them. They took all the details, and that's how I got this bike. Wow. And the next ride was on to Ladakh, was on the Wizard, as I nicknamed it.
But why did you name it as Wizard? What is the story behind that?
Nothing. We're talking to people, and somebody, you know, Wizard is my trust and faith and everything were reposed on it with my physical.
Okay.
I left it to take me around, and touchwood everywhere I've been. I toured around it in Nagaland. The first round on that bike was in Mokokchung. Went to Mokokchung in Nagaland.
Okay.
And back was Kohima, Shoima. I toured around quite a lot in Northeast that time.
Right.
It's close by and you won't get much chance. So going from here to Northeast is quite you know, whether you cart your bike or you go riding.
Yeah.
Up to, then from Guwahati, you ship your bike to Guwahati and then you take it from there, and that's quite a. So I made the most of it while my wife was posted at Jorhat.
I still remember those days because I have done my entire schooling from Shillong, sir, and my father was posted in Shillong, and then prior to Shillong we were in Assam. So हम लोग probably you might have heard गुवाहाटी से, and that was way back in 80s. उस टाइम एक जगह हुआ करती थी लंका, और लंका से करमपानी करके उमरांशु, that was a very remote place in Assam.
Remote place.
So you know, we were there, and then उसके बाद फिर शिलोंग शिफ्ट हुए. So, I mean, I have seen all those places, and आज भी वो यादें ताज़ा है. And believe me, and if you remember, उस टाइम एक टीवी नया इंडिया में आया था, ब्लैक एंड वाइट टीवी, और हाँ, और उसके बाद कलर टीवी आया था. तो हम लोग पड़ोसियों के यहाँ जाते थे टीवी देखने के लिए, बिकॉज टीवी वाज अ वेरी लग्जरी आइटम दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम.
लग्जरी आइटम.
और एक सीरियल आया करता था उस टाइम, स्ट्रीट हॉक. मैं वो देख के इतना प्रभावित हुआ था, एंड आई स्टार्टेड ड्रीमिंग अबाउट बाइक्स. आई स्टार्टेड लुकिंग माई सेल्फ एज दैट पर्सन राइडिंग बाइक्स एंड डूइंग ऑल द स्टंट एंड ऑल. एंड बिलीव मी, लड़ झगड़ के मैंने पापा से, व्हेन आई वाज इन क्लास 11th, I had my first bike, which was Kawasaki RTZ 100.
Okay.
And I still love that bike, although it is not with me anymore. But Kawasaki RTZ100 was my first bike in Plant 11, and I used to ride like, with proud, that I am a owner of a bike, and बिंदास अपना शिलोंग में मैं अपना वो चलाता था.
पॉपुलर था वो.
पॉपुलर था, और उस टाइम यामाहा की RX100 भी आई थी, तो these two bikes were very popular.
These two bikes were very popular.
Very popular.
RX100 तो अभी भी people are
absolutely
looking at.
These are all.
But I wanted to get an RX100 instead of the Hero Honda Splendor.
Okay.
But my knees won't bend that much. It was a little too short for thing now.
Right. So that was Lieutenant Colonel Sohan Roy sir, Limca Book of Records 2011 and India Book of Records 2016 holder, who has ridden over 2 lakhs of kilometers and is still revving. He says, I have miles to go before I sleep, and the ride is still on. Thank you all so much for listening to this episode of the podcast show Candid Talks with Bharat V. If you like the show, please do subscribe and share with others. If listening on Apple Podcast, please do not forget to rate 5 stars. If on Spotify or YouTube, do not forget to subscribe and share. इसके साथ हम आज का सफ़र यहीं समाप्त करते हैं. बातों का सिलसिला जारी रखेंगे with Lieutenant Colonel Sohan Roy on next episode of Candid Talks with Bharat V. Stay home, stay safe. This is Bharat Vatsa signing off for today. दुआ में याद रखना. जय हिंद.